never be able to track them down to get your money back.
But there's nothing on the document or whatever. You go to buy a car and they say, here's your title.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Well, in this instance of the man that came up, he wasn't given that title. They didn't give him anything, and so he's not able to properly register the vehicle, so that's problematic. But even then, some of the documents that we're finding appear to be false, fraudulently altered documents, and so they may give you something that, again, to the untrained eye, looks legit. But in reality, it could be a forged document or an improperly altered document, and that could be extremely problematic.
If someone's stuck with a vehicle from here, what advice do you give them?
Well, they should contact us. They can call us at 210-335-6000. They can give us a call, and they can be added to the list of folks. And we may be able to possibly, file criminal charges. There are also some civil remedies, not just for us. We're looking at possibly filing some civil process with these folks, but the DMV's got to talk us through that. But again, any consumers that may have been wronged, there are criminal remedies, but there's also civil remedies, and we'll do everything in our power to help those people out as well.
So, hay gente que se la llevaron ahorita para hacer
Ahorita ahorita no tenemos personas detenidas, pero ya tenemos personas identificadas que nosotros vamos a seguir investigando y es posible que esas personas se vayan a enfrentar cargos en los días que entran.
¿Alguien corrió cuando llegaron ustedes?
No, para la información que yo tengo, nadie corrió. Ellos simplemente pensaban que nosotros nomás estábamos haciendo una investigación. Entonces, con nosotros nadie corrió, pero sí es posible que alguien vaya a acabar en la casa.
¿Y otras personas que hayan comprado aquí sus vehículos y que te vean a ti?
Pues les sugerimos al público que si compraron carros aquí en este lugar, que por favor nos hablen al 210-335-6000. Nos pueden dar esa queja y si hay algo ilegal con esa transacción, les podemos ayudar. Any other questions?
You'll let us know if you end up arresting somebody.
Absolutely.
And
We'll
is
give
the
updates.
person that is supposed to be in charge here the owner of the land or just the
I believe it's the same. We'll have further information.
Sure.
Yes.
Whenever you're done, can we do a recap?
Yeah.
Because they got here a little late. They want to.
Okay, absolutely. Anybody else need a recap?
I do, yes.
You do? Okay, we're going to do it.
I was so late. I was like right here and I see him talking. Wait. I'm gonna like.
do that again. This is going to be about something different. Okay. Let me know. Everybody ready? Okay. All right. Sorry, as we were wrapping up the other presser, new information came to me on another case, and so it's an important case, and we fell up on it. So right now, we've got a 30-year-old male under arrest, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. This actually stems from a crash that happened Thursday evening about 9:30, and it was at Ben Zingelman and Woodlake Parkway. Well, what happened is the suspect in this case, that 30-year-old male, disregarded a red light and struck another vehicle. That vehicle had a pregnant mother, was the driver of the other vehicle. As a result of that crash and the injuries that she sustained, she actually went into labor and ended up miscarrying the baby as a result of the injuries sustained. And so over the past couple of days, we've been working the case. Earlier today, we applied for, got the warrant, and picked him up. This suspect works at one of the nearby military bases. I believe he's a civilian employee at one of the military bases nearby. But he was just picked up. So at present, we've got the charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon because of the injury sustained by the mother. Now, we are still waiting on the results of the intoxilizer, and once we obtain those results, if indeed it does show that he was intoxicated to that level, and that directly led to the charge of to the death of the child, he may additionally face charges of intoxication, manslaughter, in connection with the baby as well. So we'll keep you posted on how that develops as it goes forward. But it's certainly something that we'll continue to run downhill with and try to continue to develop that case. Esta tarde nosotros arrestamos un sospechoso de 30 años que por un choque que pasó el jueves por la noche, aproximadamente las 9:30 de la noche en Ben Zingelman y Woodlake Parkway. Se aparenta que el sospechoso iba operando un carro cuando él se pasó de una luz roja y se estrelló con otro carro. El otro carro, la chofer de ese carro era una mujer embarazada. Ella, a causa de sus heridas, perdió el niño, el bebito, que falleció a causa del choque. Entonces el sospechoso, este día lo arrestamos por asalto con agravantes, por causar esas heridas a la mamá, la otra chofer. Pero sí es posible que ya llegando los resultados de los exámenes de su nivel de intoxicación del sospechoso, es posible que él se vaya a enfrentar con otros cargos por causar la muerte del bebito. Es posible que él se vaya a enfrentar con homicidio a causa de ser intoxicado. Nosotros ya vamos incrementando los cargos, nosotros vamos a dar más información al público. Any questions?
In the meantime,
Aggravated assault is supposed to be an injury sustained by the mom at this point. The mom's the victim on that. But if later, at some point, we find that his level of intoxication led to the death of the baby, that's what will prompt us to that. It won't be an upgraded charges. It'll be additional charges in addition to the aggravated assault. I don't have that information, but we'll get it to you. And additionally, we'll also be sending you perp walk video to y'all. So we'll be perp walking here and videotape. En Ben Zingelman in Woodlake Parkway, in el este del condado. Okay, any other questions? No? All right, thank you, guys. Sorry about the confusion.
Yeah, no, you're good.
You still need
leave that one on. I'll just get the recap here.
Oh, okay. That's fun. You're gonna have me lose my voice. Right here?
Yes.
Or you want it over there?
Where you got?
Oh. Yo pensaba que era de Antonio. Se lo di a Hamby. It's his. Expensive.
Thank you.
Sheriff, my folks are asking if they can go
He hasn't been walked yet, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, he did. Okay, I walked him. Yeah. We'll send you the video. You ready? Okay. So this afternoon, our investigators from our auto theft unit were conducting, online research and found this turns out to be an illegitimate car dealership selling vehicles at a very low price, like unbelievably low prices, which wouldn't be a bad thing normally, but these were so low that it was just it was very suspicious. So the investigator got in contact with the DMV. Between the DMV and the sheriff's office, we came and conducted an inspection on the documents of this dealership, and found that not only is it an unlicensed dealership, that some of the documents that they found appeared to be altered, tampered with, illegally, of course. So for right now, we have not made any arrests, but we have seized 8 vehicles from here, one of which is a Porsche that was being sold at a really low price. While they were here additionally, and I'll have to pause it a little bit because of the ambulance, but while they were here additionally, a gentleman approached that said he had bought a vehicle from here a while back, and they still have not given him the title paperwork, and he's not able to register the vehicle. So at this point, we don't believe that any of these vehicles are stolen. What we believe is that they're improperly transferring these vehicles. And why that's a problem for the general public is it puts you at risk of buying a vehicle that you can't ever register, you can't ever get a title on it. So in other words, you'll never be able to drive it legally in the state of Texas. And so for now, seizing those vehicles is lessening the chances that these guys may victimize somebody.
They're not stolen, right? Correct?
Well, it's possible some of them may be, but at present they're not showing to be stolen. It's possible that these things may be salvage vehicles that were wrecked because, like, for example, the Porsche that was being sold dirt cheap, the investigator noted that underneath there's a bunch of fluid where there's like oil leaks and stuff. It's possible that vehicle's been wrecked or damaged somehow, and so they're hoping to unload it and sell it to somebody really quick. And then many times when these fly-by-night businesses do that, by the time you turn and realize you bought a piece of junk, you come back, the business is shuttered up and gone. And so again, it just puts everybody at risk. The advice here is to just make sure that you're doing business with people that are reputable. In any instance, it's always buyer beware. That's why you want to make sure that you're buying from a reputable dealer. And the lowest price isn't always the best deal.
Do you think there's a lot more businesses like this in town?
I mean, look, not only are there probably businesses like this that are illegally operating in town, there's probably also fraudulent individuals that may be selling you a vehicle, letting you think that you're getting a really good price. But again, in reality, a low price doesn't always equal a good value. You may be getting ripped off.
And have you noticed anything like on Facebook Marketplace? I know that's another place that a lot of
people... Well, that's where I believe that these investigators found this, was on one of the online marketplaces. And, again, it's one of the things that they watch for is this price too good to be true? B, does this business even have the right to be able to be selling things? And then, C, is there paperwork up to snuff? In all 3 of those instances, the answer was no.
And for someone that sees such a good price on vehicles, do you think that they should, if they don't know much about vehicles, reach out to friends or family to go inspect the vehicle?
I mean, look, you should always do your research on vehicles, and unfortunately, there's way too many folks that, like myself, I don't know much about cars, right? But that's why I don't ever buy used cars, because I don't know what I'm looking at, and I know what my limitations are. So I may pay a little bit more at the onset, but I know that what I'm getting is a decent car, and it's got guarantees in place. Again, I get that people are on a budget. I get that everybody wants a bargain, but unfortunately, what our moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas have always told us, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. It certainly applies in this instance.
I'm good.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, brother. Cool shoes.
Thank you.
Sambas?
Yes.
Oh, bad. Nice.
If I could get sound from like about the other
Oh, sure.
presser just really quick.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you were a little further away from me,
Okay.
so yeah. You can just go ahead, whatever.
Okay, so this afternoon, our investigators, homicide investigators, made an arrest of a 30-year-old male. And this stems from a crash that happened last Thursday, about 9:30 p.m. at the intersection of Ben Zingelman and Woodlake Parkway. The suspect in this case ran a red light and struck another vehicle. Now, we believe that at the time of that crash, that suspect was intoxicated. So on that evening in particular, he was booked for DWI. Since then, the other driver of the other vehicle was a pregnant lady that unfortunately lost the baby as a result of her own injuries and injuries on the baby, on the unborn baby. So at this point, he's been placed under arrest for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, but it is highly likely that if his intoxilizer results come back and he shows to be above that legal limit, we may additionally add a charge of intoxication manslaughter for the death of the baby. Okay, thank you.
Sir.
Appreciate it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to keep you staying out here. I was late. That was awesome.
I'll report video to the desk.
Perfect. Thank you, sir.